Well, it's time for one more of Big Paw and Little Paw's adventures. Just like in all their other adventures, when one of them is some kind of trouble, the other will come to help out, since that's what friends do for each other. It sure is not easy to be a good friend, as Big Paw and Little Paw have learned, since sometimes that means you have to do things that are hard, like stand up to bullies by telling an adult. But in the end, it is all well worth the trouble. Now, remember that at the end of the story, we've put together an activity for you. Now it's time to listen and hear what Big Paw and Little Paw do during this adventure. We call it the tent. Now, Little Paw said, "Hey, Big Paw, it's been a little bit since we had an adventure. I think we should crawl under the fence, go down the alley, and walk on down toward the railroad bridge, bite that red magic bone, and see where it takes us." "Okay," said Big Paw. "Let's go." They ran out into the night and were very happy that they were headed off on another one of their grand adventures. They found the bone just where they had left it, bit it, then felt a whoosh of air, saw a bright flash of light, and found themselves outside a funny looking wagon. The wagon had large wheels, and the outside of it was painted in many different colors. There were people walking in and out of the wagon, and they were laughing and having fun with each other. They must have been friends. The dogs were not sure where they were. Little Paw and Big Paw turned and spoke to each other in a whisper. Little Paw said, "I think we should be very quiet. I think we were at a circus, but I'm not sure. If I am right, then these people are called gypsies. My pop told them when I was just a puppy." They walked around and saw other colorful wagons, but with big wheels. After they walked past a long line of these wagons, they stopped. They saw a big tent, and behind it was this fenced in area with all kinds of animals. Big Paw and Little Paw walked past the tent and crept over to the pens. They saw elephants, two tigers in a cage, a snake in a container, horses, three monkeys. Big Paw went over to one of the horses. "Why are you in a fenced-in pen?" he asked. He was not sure if they could understand him or if they could talk back to him. The friendly horse said, "We are here because the humans use us in their shows. They walk all of our horses around the inside of the big tent, and we have to wear funny stuff on our heads. The snakes stay in their glass box, but are put in a special house. The elephants also have to put colored things around their heads and feet and pretend to step on humans. The monkeys sit on the humans' shoulders, and the tigers jump through hoops. We horses are the only animals who can talk. The rest of the animals are all nice and friendly, all but the tigers. You have to look out for them, as they are mean and will hurt you if they get the chance. They are very scary." Big Paw and Little Paw walked over toward the tent because they wanted to look inside. While they were walking, they saw children walking in to the tent. Most of them were smiling, laughing, jumping up and down, clapping, and looked so very happy. The seats were in a big circle. There was a man standing in the open circle who was talking to all the people. Now, he seemed to be in charge. The circus people entered the tent, went up to the middle of the tent. They were all dressed up in colorful costumes. The people from the wagon were working high in the air between two of the poles which held up the tent. "That sure looks dangerous," said Big Paw. "It also looks very scary," said Little Paw. They were so busy looking at all of the people and animals in the tent that they did not hear the footsteps. Before they knew it, they felt someone grab them by the neck. They heard a deep voice saying, "What are you two doing? You should not be here. I don't like the looks of either of you, so I think I will teach you a lesson, and we'll put you in the cage with the two tigers. They will not be happy when they see you." Both dogs were very scared. The human, who smelled like garlic and old cigar smoke, threw them in the tiger's cage and locked the door. Big Paw said to Little Paw, "You are small, so can fit between the bars of this cage. Please go out and find the magic bone before the tigers come back, and hurry." So Little Paw headed out into the night to look for the bone. He was very worried that he could not get back in time. The tent door opened and the animals returned to their cages. The horses were talking to each other, laughing and telling jokes. The monkeys and elephants seemed happy too. The tigers were the last to be brought back to their cage. When they saw Big Paw, they started to growl. They were not happy to see them in his cage. "Hurry up," shouted Big Paw. Just as the tigers got back to the cage, Little Paw returned with the red magic bone. He put one end of the bone through the bars of the cage. Big Paw and Little Paw bit to the ends of the bone at the same time. They felt the rush of wind, saw the bright flash of light, and found themselves back at the railroad bridge. They were both happy and relieved. They both ran back home, got a drink of water, and quickly went to sleep. Now that was quite an adventure. And certainly was a very close call.